Oh, look on that, excellent connection, fantastic. I've also decided to pop out the chat as well. I've also decided to actually have the chat in the old YouTube active. Let me see if I can get this to keep above others. Let's do that. That should do it, right? Oh yeah, big mistake. Oh no, do you reckon? Big mistake. Lol. Yeah, it might be, mightn't it? That's okay. That's alright. Well, I guess we're going to find out. We're going to need to turn on the WoW server. Got a ton of VMs here. It's my Proxmox system. I run it directly under my table, next to my shins. This is the WoW server. I have a media server and various other servers that I play around with. Nothing too exciting, I'm afraid. And here I am playing around with the new code, which I started a couple of days ago playing around with. I don't go into too much detail when I play sort of outside the streams. I tend to just what the hell? Live chat, go. I tend to play a little bit when I make things, and then I leave them for the stream, and I progress them on the stream as well. You're also pretty lucky that I'm streaming because I guess it's an ex-cyclone now, but we've sort of still got a cyclone system here in Australia on the east coast, pretty much battering the state. So that's nice. It's nice. Good old Alfred, Cyclone Alfred. Let me just disable that. Blister exe. That sounds like it used to be a virus or something. Blister.exe. Glad you live inland enough. Whereabout are you? Are you quite inland in Queensland, are you? Alright, let's move on to here. So what I've done is I thought to myself, what would happen if I just used SQLAlchemy and I found a way to effectively get SQLAlchemy to do everything for me from a SQL perspective, from a connection to the database and all of that stuff. Hey Dragon, morning mate. Then what would that look like? And it looks great. You don't actually get code out of it per se, but you do get these generated, auto-loaded, auto-mapped classes for any of the tables in the database. And luckily, the tables in Azeroth Core all at least have one index, which is a requirement. And they also have a, I'll put that there. Actually, I'm just going to move the Hey Fireswan over on the YouTube there. And then they have an index, which means that it can auto map them, and they're pretty fat and big, but they're not too complicated that it can't load any of them, is my understanding so far, my experience so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to port over effectively this better professions quest line. We're going to port that over to just be essentially pure Python. Lord God Groucho, how are you? Good evening. Yes, it is evening if you're in Europe, and it is 7 o'clock in the morning if you are on the east coast of Australia. Let's have a look here. db.py. So 4 in Canada. 4 in the afternoon in Canada, right? 9 PM UK. Must be 4 in the afternoon in Canada, surely. 9 PM in the UK. Amazing. PM. So what I started doing was looking at this. I actually created a function for creating new quests based on the quest template, and then I thought to myself, there's no real need to do that, because really you now just have access to a class that has everything in it, and so there's no real need for me to create functions around at least this object. And instead, I think if we had access to these classes and therefore the underlying table, and then we had access to special functions that allowed you to then do the more advanced stuff. So for example, if we look at these daily quests, which is originally written using the original DAISY version, which is just YAML to SQL to then injecting that into the database, we have our quest template. And so we've got the quest type, the quest level, all these various flags that go directly on the database. But then what we have to do once we've once we created the quest is we have to update the quest template add-on, which is yet another table. And this is where the functions come in, where you can sort of go, you know, quest templates, special flags, quest is repeatable. So you can have a function which is make quest repeatable, pass your quest object in, and then it can use the mapping of this table, which is super easy for me to create. It really is just, I come in here and then I just make that match. So I just go quest add-on, and then that's pretty much it. I now have access to, I don't have access to that table. So I can create a function where I just use a raw quest template object like this, but then I use a function that can do the quest template add-on for me by just saying, hey, here's a quest template, just make that repeatable, and it knows the right table and thing to create for me. I think that's probably going to be the best way going forward. So if we come up here, now the only downside is the auto mapper is pretty keen on getting the CD's ID, blah 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 blah. Whoa, what's happened there? It'll go so far. Oh, I see what's happened there. Log description, I'll just do that for now. That's fine. I actually just want to comment them out anyway. So you got to know the exact, because what you don't get is linting, because obviously it's dynamically generated. It's a dynamically generated class with fields, so it's not actual code. So it's a bit annoying because you don't actually get the ability to type hint. So that's a bit frustrating. So it does sort of require you to know what the table looks like. That being said, if I bring up the old terminal, if I go MySQL host 192.168.4 user my and then password. I can obviously just use the describe. Oops. Yeah. So I can go describe quest template. There we go. That's probably a bit better. Doesn't that kind of invalidate the reason to use it? Well, I guess it does. I thought you were doing it for type safety. No, not necessarily type safety. It's more making it, I do still have the original code, we can compare. It's less type safety and more accessibility. Like, I don't expect this to be something that is going to be, like, if you think about Kira, right? If you think about Kira as an app that allows you to modify the database and key in quests and things like that, it doesn't protect you from making mistakes. You can still key in invalid fields and just get a quest that doesn't work, or doesn't show, and it doesn't appear on the NPC. And so no amount of, I would say the amount of work required to make this just so easy that it would be hard to make mistakes when creating a complex quest, I think would just be almost nigh on impossible to do. So it's less, this is going to be a tool that anyone can pick up from scratch and just with no knowledge whatsoever of the database engine, of the core, of what they're doing and what they're looking at, and then run with it and build stuff. I don't think that's quite possible. What this basically says is, well, if you're looking to write Lua modules and you want to use this as a learning tool to Python, or you want to manage your database through code, then this is an option for you to do that. Because there currently isn't really any other option to manage the database and its contents through code except just with raw SQL, just straight SQL, which is quite tiresome to quite tiresome to write in the large amount of volumes required to write it in. let's have a look. If we go to, have I got the out button here? So this lure here, this daily quest. So what this does is creates 2 daily quests, a first aid one and a cooking one. And this is all of the YAML. So we've got 88 lines of YAML here. And so that's how you would write that out. It's got a log description, etc. That generates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It generates 9 SQL files. This one here, oh, that's better. Yeah, that actually, and this one here gets the. Oh, we can ignore these. Actually, we can ignore. So it generates 7. These 2 are static ones that I had to create manually. They update the spawn points in order to increase the amount of herb. Increase the herb pools. So it's Python just to get a validation of the fields you are filling and see if they work together. Not sure I understand what the question is. Is that a WoW mod? It's not a WoW mod, Blister. No, it's more of it's an interface to the Azeroth core database in the back end. But this is the amount of SQL required to write, and it's far more complex to write than versus the YAML. And that's the offer, that's the quest items, that embeds them into the database. That's the template. This is the quest template, all of the fields. So every time you want to create a quest, you know, you're keying in almost. You don't have to key in almost everything, but this does map everything out for you. So there's about 655 lines of SQL there. Of course, you can compress all that down into like 2 lines, right? Because there's a lot of new lines, but then it's not readable. And that's an important part of writing any code, is making sure that it's readable. So that YAML produces all of that SQL effectively. And so the idea is not necessarily for it to be an interface that validates what you're doing, although I mean we can do that, of course. It's more an interface to enable you to do things much quicker. And it gives you the ability to write things as code effectively. All right. Oops. Right. There we go. All right. So we just got to make sure. There we go. Keep above others. So we've got ID. So just gonna make sure these match. So quest type, and then I know that I haven't got that defined. So I think I need to do from Azeroth core dot constants import quest type. Quest type enabled, that's in there, yeah. Okay, quest type, and then quest level. I think it's 1, I think. And then I think it's safe to say it's pretty much camel case all the way through. There don't appear to be any dashes or underscores. It looks like they've done a fairly good job of that. So if we put that to the side. Oh. Did I... No, keep above others. Keep below others. Oh, okay. But now it's... Ah, there we go. My bad. It looked like it wasn't going to go back. Okay, in level 1. Okay, so then we've got log title. Okay, healing wounds. Also, using an ORM in this way means that we don't have to write any... SQL at all. I just need to go and get the description. It's quite big. Oh, okay. Doesn't want to give me. Oh, that's wrong. Desperate. Doesn't want to give me any completion. Sorry. Soft wrapping. Log description. Also, if you don't provide the right indentation here, or a property that doesn't exist, it does actually fail. Another spelling error there. Desperate orphans. Oh. Refactor. How can you say to me that it's spelled wrong and then not just easily provide me with an option? Quest completion log. Whoa. equals, I think, oh, the author, oh, I see where I've typed that wrong. Yeah, whoops-a-daisy. Yeah. Initially, when you said that Daisy will change from YAML to Python with SQLAlchemy, I thought you wanted it for type safety. Get autocomplete on DB columns. This doesn't look possible currently. With a bonus of already having the classes from Alchemy, making validating the data like making a repeatable quest. Before updating the DB, it would check if it's valid and has a quest giver taker. I see what you mean there, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a way of doing that. So when we create this quest object, you can definitely use the quest template class and then to define the overall description and all the details that you need. And then we can use helper functions that take a quest template object and allow you to turn flags on and off. So you might have like, quest set daily, and then you pass it a quest template, and then it goes into the database and does the right thing. And then you can do sort of like a validator, which can do checks like, does the quest have a starter and an ender, and so on and so forth. So yeah, definitely, it is definitely possible. We can have a function whereby, what you can do if you want to is just, you've got queue up here. We can just do session.add queue, which is the quest, right? And then I believe it's commit, and then that writes it to the database. So if I run this, it'll try and write that to the database, right? So, but what we can do instead of doing that, is we can have an apply. We can just have an apply function, and then we pass it in something, and it can take different types, like a queue quest template. We can take in those various types. DB, yeah, it can take in one of these types and then validate that you've done the connecting pieces. So we can go, okay, cool, you're giving me a quest template, here's the ID for it. I know that in order for that to be valid, you're going to need a creature start, an entry in the creature start and the creature end, sort of at minimum, so it can do minimum checks for you. Does that sound sensible? Does that sound like it would be a way of operating? I mean, we're sort of riffing here, right? We're sort of like playing around and going, well, what does it sort of look like? Quest objective quest 1, because we don't really have, currently we don't really have anything except these static tools that are linen bandages and minor healing potions. Okay, objective text 2. Yeah, I'm just trying to understand that. What would be the benefit from changing from YAML? Because with code, you're going to be able to. Sorry, I'm just. Oh yeah, I think it's instead of equals. It's dumb. Because by moving over to something like Python, you're just programming in a straight language instead of me trying to create a custom language from the YAML and then parse it, which works. But going over to Python means that people can then integrate it into other systems. It means that they can bring an AI straight into this for them to help them create quest template objects, for example. And so it gives them that option of broadening out what they can do. It gives them more power. Required item ID 1. I wonder if there's a thing in IntelliJ refactor, because I know there's one where you can change the case. There's like toggle case, join line duplicate, fill paragraph, transpose, indent section. What can transpose do? Bolding, go to context actions. Adjust code style settings. No, okay. I was wondering if you could always highlight something and then say, give me required item count. Item count 1. Linen bandage. Okay, so it's gonna be, if you just go to the top, constants. That's AC and AC dot, yeah. AC dot boom, sweet. AC item required. Oh, that's wrong again. I don't know why I keep doing that. Keep forgetting that I'm calling the class initializer and not a, so required item. Oh, I didn't do required item. ID did I? Sorry. So required item ID 1. Now, is it required item? Yeah, it is. ID. It is true snake, true camel case. Item count 1. Okay, we want 10. Okay. Oh. 2, 2. So we want the same, but this time we want. I'm so glad I did all of those constants back in the day. The reward faction I'm gonna skip, and the quest I'm gonna skip the quest sorts as well because I've forgotten what that actually does. It's meant to do something where it sorts it within your quest log based on the zone you're in or something like that. I think maybe. What's wrong with this? Lowercase variable as. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Let's do that then. Oh, shut up. It does something anyway. So if we commit this now, we'll end up with that quest in the database. Although we do actually have 1 and 2 in there. So if I do delete from, I'm going to make this just a bit smaller that way so I can see it from. Sorry, I forgot that part of the screen gets cut off over there. Yeah, that sounds like zone ID to categorize it. I think it does, yeah. Quest underscore template. Ultimately, as well, with this series dragon, this whole my objective with the channel going forward is to bind learning IT and learning these IT skills with World of Warcraft as well, because I think you learn how to code through modding games, right? I know a few people in the audience did. Yeah, and so that's the objective, is effectively to help people. I found a cool series today. Because I'm learning Japanese, and I found this really cool guy on YouTube who teaches Japanese by playing games. So there's something in Japanese called furigana, which is when you see a kanji, the reading of it in hiragana is above it or to the side of it, and that's called furigana. Yeah, you've probably seen him, right? He sits there, he's got his head, he plays games, and they're behind him, and he talks through it, and he explains it. Yeah, he's really good. I love his channel. I love how he does things as well. I'm actually tempted to reach out to him and just be like, hey, can we just share a few ideas? Because I think that the way you do your videos is really, really cool. But I want to do similar things. Like he's combining Japanese with gaming, which is amazing. I want to combine learning IT with World of Warcraft and doing it this way. So that's another reason why I've written it in Python as well. That's why I had that epiphany. I was like, well, teaching people Python's a great way to get them in. It's a great way to get them in because it's easy and accessible. So like one of the other things I want to do, for example, is write a Discord bot. Teach people through networking and APIs by getting them to write a Discord bot that's hooked into the Azeroth core. And it can update live on a Discord server when things happen on their Azeroth core, like when people die, so they can look at log scraping and so on and so forth. We're ID in. Let's do that, and then let's also do that and that. Okay, 2. So we shouldn't select ID log title from quest template, where log title like yeah, okay, so it has been deleted. Okay, I'm just gonna just had a message there on my phone. I just need to check. Sorry, so I'll be right back. No, it's not the FBI or Blizzard. If it was Blizzard, they'd be offering me a multi-million-dollar deal to be the face of Blizzard. You know it. Okay, so that should have deleted those quests from there now. So now if we just go session.add queue and then session.commit. So running that should mean, unless I've screwed it up. So now we have it in with the follow ID. So that quest is just in there as is. So we can also delete as well. That's Alt F2, isn't it? My God. It doesn't actually toggle it neither. Does it do transactions automatically? It does. That's what add does. Add adds to the sessions transaction list. Woo, like that. Yeah. So it's just like that's just already the interface I was going to create anyway via a create quest interface, right? Whereas I just think that there's probably no reason for that. But if we look at the rest of the quest, so we've got to create a second one. So we've got to create this one as well. So let's also fire up Steam. Make sure that loads up, because then we need to load up what's it called? Wow, World of Warcraft. And oh, there's a sale on visual novels. Very nice. If we fire up this one, yeah. Come on, run it, mate. Come on, mate. Damn, that's running slow right now. That's way longer than it normally does. Now, did I start everything? What was that? I do have to keep my eye out for potential. By the way, there could be potential power loss suddenly, so just worth noting. Let's go to the system itself. Oh no, I got it wrong. Okay, so yeah. Oh, hang on. I wonder if the oh no, that is correct. 192.168.4. Yeah. Huh. Wonder why it's not authing then. What have I done wrong this time? It usually means I've broken something. Okay. World server, auth server, 3724, yeah. 8085 for the world server. Tailscale. What have I broken? Authenticating. I wonder if the realm list is wrong. That wouldn't prevent wouldn't prevent authenticating though, would it? What am I doing here? Acore auth. Oh, use Acore auth. Let's have a look. Let's do describe realm list, select ID, name, address, local address, realm list. Yeah, the address there is, oh, that's just, oh yeah, that's using Tailscale. That's for public though, and I'm on the local address. So the local address should come through. Pretty certain this worked previously. I wonder if it just times out. It could be the Proxmox. I don't think it'd be the firewall, I don't think. In accept 637. So it accepts anything from all from on 3724 and 8085. Log level warning. Out reject. So it doesn't allow it to go out. It rejects anything on the local network. Okay. But it should allow interesting. Let's put that back on. The rain's getting heavy now. So nothing at that level in the data center should have. We'll have the firewall turned on, but shouldn't have any rules. So WoW itself. So 102.2 accept 3306 and 2022 to 4. Reject outbound from .4 to. Obviously that works because I can SSH in. So obviously that works. So I can only assume that maybe these have got to go above that. I got them in the wrong order maybe. It's preventing that rebound connect. No, okay. So inbound accept destination 723724 724 server. Interesting. 3724. Where are we? Hey, what operating system are you currently using on your PC? I'm using Linux. Command that phone. Oh, because I don't have net cancelled. Okay, that's fine. I'll do it locally then. So let me just see if 92.168.4 or 37. Sorry, what was it? 37. I always forget. 3724. All right, so it succeeded. So the connection went through. Huh. Ah, for Christ's sake. What? I don't even understand what just happened there. That's crazy. 8085. I just made a full switch from Windows to Linux, including gaming, in the last few days. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, it's fantastic. I've got a video on my channel about that. Desktop Linux on the desktop in 2024. It's really, really good. Nice, you're using Linux. What distribution are you using? Is it KDE Neon? I am using effectively Kubuntu, which is it's basically Ubuntu with KDE on the top and a lot of extra work to just sort of make it work. It's been fantastic. It has been truly, really quite impressive. I've been using Linux since late 90s, not on and off on the desktop, and I've always found that Windows and Mac were really were the only options available throughout those years. But over the last 2 years, I've been experimenting with trying various Linux distributions, and Kubuntu was the only one. Well, first of all, KDE Plasma is fantastic. A really nice window manager. Really nice. And also, it just worked. I've never actually installed a single driver for my Radeon card. For my my AMD GPU. It just came compiled. Just came built in. It was really nice. Been very impressed with it. So I can get to the server on all of these ports. If I try and go to 80, that would obviously fail because there's nothing listening. So I can get there, but this doesn't want me to. So authenticating. Why would you be frozen on authenticating though? Do 192.168.89.4. That is correct. and I know that the Steam is running that copy. I know that it is running that copy of the game, but I'll just try a good old whine, so I can hopefully start whining about it. See what I did there? Okay, but what the fuck? That's so weird. Log OK. So it says response connected result. Login OK 44. When was that though? The third. Okay, March. Yeah, that's now. Yeah, that's now. Must be that bad password. Haha. Yes. Well, the thing is that it seems to be not even connecting. Doesn't appear to be getting a response back, which is sort of quite odd, actually. Rain's trying to get through. Very odd indeed. See if we can get in. I mean, I can just go back to doing the database stuff. I don't really care. I can just look at it from a SQL perspective if it doesn't work. It's just odd though. The only thing I can think of is it is actually genuinely trying to yeah, okay. So now it's successfully authenticated and now it's connected to something. I think that that's probably the odd that it just needed a reboot. That's very strange. I've also tried, hang on, let me just test something. Yeah, see the way it said there were bad details? Right, yeah, so it wasn't actually going through the authentication process. Rage Al, what are you using Linux as well? And Lord God Gruccio, how are you finding Linux so far? So that tells me that that's the realm list. That's the realm list problem again, which is fine because if I sudo tailscale up, and then see if it can get me through to it. Oh, actually, I reckon tailscale up here will be required too. To see if we can create that good old direct connection. Good old direct connection. No, that's okay. Let's go in and change the update realm list, set address equals 128.4 ID 1. Not realm list, is it just realms or something? Okay. Fuck you. Let's give that the old rebootio. Let's update. Yeah, let's reboot that to make sure it gets that new. Let's make sure it gets that new value. Why shocked kitty? What's with the little shocked kitty? Cat shock, what? Okay, let's give the world server a go kick up the ass now. It appears that's required. Maybe I broke something. You have been disconnected. That must have been what it was. Weird. Oh, wrong one. The language. Yeah, sorry. I shouldn't swear, should I? I do try not to. Loving it, been learning about it over the last few months before switching, using NeoBara at present with KDE Plasma. Very nice. Very nice indeed.
Hello.
So we can see that the quest is, one of the quests is here.
Have a good one.
So it works. Nobara. Noabara. Nobara. I've not heard of it. There's so many distributions, it's insane. So we can see clearly that the quest is there, but I believe you children are our future. Well, that's probably true. MySQL connection. So we know the firewall's fine, we know that's fine, we know that's fine, and we can get that in here. Let us see if we can. I wonder if I should just purge, drop that quest template table. Because there's a lot of mess, there's a lot of stuff. Unless I go through. Unless I go use a core world. Quest template, shading first aid, yeah, okay. Whoop. So let's get rid of these. Oh, actually, if I just do delete from. Well, yeah, okay. Oh, shut up. Yeah. Yeah, oh, so 2 is something I created before. Yeah, 3 got rid of that. So I do delete from. So we got quest template. Let's do quest template add-on. Oh, where ID in 1 and 2. Yeah, sweet. Quest template add-on, required items, delete from quest request items, where ID in request offer reward. Imagine creating a quest and you had to come in and type all the commands manually. That's how you did. That's how you created quests. You just came in and typed raw, just SQL every time. You never repeated anything. You just wrote the same over and over. This is a Fedora-based distro for gaming. Oh wow, okay. Literally for gaming. Copy that link. Copy that link, baby. Yes, as in switch to. What is Fedora project? Modified version of Fedora Linux with user-friendly fixes added in. It's a very good workstation OS. However, anything involving any kind of third-party or proprietary packages is absent for fresh install. Okay, it's a bit simple, isn't it? How did you even find this? Looks like it's a very simple project. Oh wow. Okay, gaming controllers, Steam. To be fair, I mean, I've not even needed anything aimed at gaming. Gaming really has literally just worked for me out of the box. Like I'm not even kidding. Like I've just got Steam and I'm playing pretty much anything you can think of. Well, not anything. There are obviously exceptions. Quest starter. ID. Why don't I just do delete from quest starter? Quest starter. Quest starter. Quest. No. Creature quest starter. Creature quest starter. Creature quest. Delete from creature quest starter where ID in quest. Woo! And then ender. Interesting choice of words there. So that should have purged that completely. So now if we do the old restart on the old world server there. Did I close down WoW? I did. What an idiot. It's of a guy working on Proton, or fixes a lot of Proton stuff, I don't remember, something like that. Oh, okay, yeah, he does the Proton GE stuff. Oh, okay, okay. Look, I'm going to be honest, again, I've not really experienced an issue at all with it. What's he fixing exactly? There we go, so the quest is now gone. And the quest isn't even an option for me at this point in time. So now we're coming back to our DB stuff, and now we're actually going to go ahead and actually let's go to that db.py, because we will need creature template, creature. Yeah, we'll have to modify the creature template, so that'll be an interesting how do you flip a flag on the creature. He maintains and updates it. Oh, okay, okay, that's pretty cool. There's very, very, very smart people out there. Very smart people indeed. So we'll go first. We'll do first aid quest. Actually, we'll do first aid daily. We'll do 01 because there's going to be several of these eventually. We'll get rid of this for now. And then the next one was a cooking one, wasn't it? Yeah, it's a cooking quest. Cooking Daily 01. Things it contains that Valve's Proton does not. Additional Media Foundation patches for better video playback support. AMD FSR patches added directly to the full screen hack that can be toggled with Y and full screen FSR. FSR fake resolution patch details. NVIDIA Cutter support. Physics and Navi API. Very cool. That is really cool. There are people that are much, much smarter than me. I can assure you of that. Let's define. This is. I'm just experimenting with the idea of replacing the better professions with this. You can install it from within inside Steam. Wow. Let's match these up here, but so here's another reason as well, Dragon, for using Python. Okay, so these are the original values from the YAML, and they're using YAML anchors, which I remember Firesworn seeing and thinking, wow, what a great way of doing it, what a great way of it being repeatable and being reusable. If we now bring this over into Python, we can do something like npc Shalene let's do ID, or we could do it underscore, so we could go npc. I do want it to be sort of seen as a almost like a constant, but not. Also, why do I keep doing that? So now let's go npc Shalene first aid daily 01, and we'll do that, and we'll do this, and we'll do cooking daily. So another thing that I can do is I could say I could do npc Shalene underscore, I could do start, so I could do her start quest, right? So I could say, okay, you start, so I could do quest start ID equals 0, and then instead of having that, I could either go like this and then just do +1, or I can do that in here. Let me see, so I could go npc Shalene start ID +1 in here, which you can do in the SQL, but you can't do in the YAML. You can't do arithmetic in YAML. So there's like little thing. I can either fix it at the top, or I can have it take care of it further down below. It really doesn't like that number, but that's okay. If I do that, it'll be okay. So there's like little things like that you can do in Python that would just make it that little bit easier. And then down here, I know I can go the same. I can do MC Shalene star +2. Or I can do it up here and just define a fixed variable. And then I know that if I come in here and go, I need that to be a 4, it cascades down and changes it. The only thing it won't do, however, is because it's not, because we're not building a dependency graph and we're not building a dependency tree, it won't know to delete what was previously there. It'll just create new stuff and all the old stuff will still be there. So that's one of the only downsides to this kind of system, is that you're not getting that sort of like dependency graph like thing there. Let me just have a quick look at this. Oh, this is the general question. Alright, can't answer that right now. Still looking good on the old stream there. We've still got Simba up and running. The little doggo there. We'll pop him off for now. Make it a bit neater. Alright. So that's one thing. We can also create custom. So that, like, another way I could do it here is, which was doable via the daisy, and that's sort of effectively how it worked. But I could go like daily first aid quests, and then I could create a mapping of them, right? And then I could go NPC starter 14497, or I could just do NPC Shalene, and then I can loop over this. I'm not suggesting this is how I do it, but it is obviously an option, right? Will you type? Christ's sake. And then all of these additional information can be put into here, and then we can just loop and create quest templates. Instead of doing it this way, we can just create quest templates. So there's lots of different ways that a person can choose to do this via Python. Another option is I can actually just consume this YAML in Python, and loop over that, and just camel case this. Right, so someone can come along and say, well, I want to still store it in a format like this, but I want to be able to ingest it with Python and run it through Python. So that could just be a case of, this all could just be a case of ingesting that YAML file, parsing it, looping over it, and generating 100 of these things. Which is effectively what Daisy does, but Daisy will produce SQL, which you then take and manage and do what you want with. Whereas what I'm suggesting here with the Python is that we just go ahead and talk to the database directly from the Python. I would offer an ID generator. Yeah, it's definitely something that's on my mind, is how do we handle ID clashes and managing IDs. The problem you've got with IDs is you can certainly go into the database and look at, okay, well, what's the next available ID, and then you can say, okay, cool, let's add 10 to that to create a buffer, or 100 to that to create a buffer, and then that's where we start, and then you have every ID above that. But you still got to worry about clashing with other mods. So this is why ultimately this isn't some sort of it's not some sort of peachy silver bullet that just solves all of the world's issues with setting up an Azeroth core server and indeed injecting additional content, because you've still got to do some management and you've still got to do some work to make this happen. It's not going to just do and handle everything for you, unfortunately. You've still got to know that there can be clashes. You've still got to know what mods are doing what. Also, ultimately, this is a toolkit for me to be able to produce my own, effectively, DLCs, or my own, to basically create my own repackaged Azeroth core with all my own changes inside of it to the world, I guess. Alright, I'm going to try this option. So we got our 2 quests, but now I need to come in and change the log tile. Okay. I promise I actually wrote these out. I think. Did I actually get AI to write these? I actually can't remember if I used AI to write these. Probably looks like I did. Did I get AI to write these? Donate to the orphanage. Spice. Spice bread. 2 is not a thing. So we can get rid of that. And then we need spice bread. Spice bread. 10 spice breads. It's missing commas, yeah. I don't think it was AI actually. Or maybe it was actually. No, I don't think it was. I think I did that myself. Enabled minimum quest, fill in the bubbles, whatever. Alright. I also added in this actual NPC has custom, if we remember, they've got a custom script, I think. Just one there, the custom script. Oh, you'd be surprised. You can tell AI to make mistakes if you want to. Oops. Don't do that. Do that. Random toy. How do I inject it? How was I injecting that? Oh. Oh, yeah. We'll need that, actually. Better mining and herb spawns. So good. Took me a while to find it, but it was so good. Oh, that was another thing I was playing around with as well, was using a bounding box to using a bounding box in order to find all the creatures inside of Stormwind. And then, in fact, I've got a challenge for you, Dragon, if you want it. So I created a geospatial bounding box around Stormwind by just getting the X and Y at the bottom left, and X right at the top right outside the city to create a bounding box. And then I used a SQL statement, which I'll have to find a copy of, which went through and found every creature that was inside of those coordinates, so therefore they were inside of Stormwind. And then I never got around to finishing it, but the idea was to then find creatures who were quest givers already, quest givers already, and then look at things in their subtitle and their name to find like the blacksmith and stuff like that. So that then when I created these quests like this, or rather so basically it was on multiple things. So you take the NPC, you take the creature, and then you apply tags to them, like sort of, there's nothing in the database with the concept of tags, but you create a list of them, and you sort of apply tags like dwarf, NPC, quest giver, blacksmith, professions trainer, and you gather that information from it, so that then when it comes around to creating a quest, if you don't care about the NPC that particularly gives you the quest, because it doesn't really matter, you just want the quest to exist, you can let the system then decide which of the NPCs, and it sort of randomly, it picks the best one based on sort of law. So you can say, well, I want it to be a dwarf, and I want it to be a profession, a dwarf that hands out a profession like mining or something, but I don't care which one. And then it just finds the right one and assigns it to it, or just finds one of them and assigns it to it. I figured that would be a good way of creating large pools of NPCs in all the major cities, where you don't really have to care specifically or create a new creature. You just say, I want that one there, and it just goes for it. David Mills, hey Michael, it's Keck from Discord. How you doing, mate? It's good to see you. It's been a very long time. Or even find creatures that aren't NPCs, that don't have the quest giver flag on it. Effectively, it would be good if within a city bounds, all valid creatures or NPCs, all valid NPCs that either already are a quest giver or could be a quest giver. It'd be interesting to have that list of creature IDs along with some tags about their properties: male, female, human, dwarf, profession, so whether they're a mage, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Because then I can go in and I can say, okay, I want this quest to come from a male mage who's got a quest where he'll give you a magical item if you go and help find his daughter, right? Do it then. Can you show me? Can you write the sequel for me while I do this? I'd appreciate it. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's been a long time. I'm not active on Discord anymore. Oh, okay, mate. Are you into WoW now? Oh, I've been into WoW since 2006, brother. Been into WoW for a very long time. What I was saying before is this is a project whereby I'm using World of Warcraft and Azeroth Core to host a thingy server. So if you look on the screen now, you'll see I've got effectively a private WoW server running using Azeroth Core, and we're combining it with Python and MySQL and stuff like that in order to teach people how to do it. Yeah, I was wondering, I've not seen you on Discord for a long time. Yeah, very clearly I've gone completely off Discord. I don't blame you. Don't blame you at all. I hope you're well though. I hope you're good. I hope you haven't left Discord for a bad reason, or you just wanted to maybe slow down a little bit in life and get rid of too many inputs and outputs and stuff like that. I understand a lot of people are taking themselves away from social media and reducing the amount of distractions they've got in their life, which I totally, really 110% appreciate. Alright, so now we need to do a quest template add-on where we set the ID to be the first aid quest, and then we set it to be repeatable. We're ignoring the faction stuff because I want to come back to that, because I want to explore that more and make that work, because I do believe that at this moment in time that doesn't work, and so I think I'm doing something wrong there, but I'll come back to that and explore it another time. So now we need the quest template add-on, so we've got to go into here and go quest template add-on. We have it. If we come into automatic example, we've got quest template. We might need to do quest template, yeah, add-on. Thank you very much, kind sir. So now, do I care about the... So what I can do here now is do session.add. Can you do multiple things at once? Can you do the first aid daily? Can you do multiple? Can you do cooking daily? I don't know if you can. So then I can commit them. But what I can also do is do session.add, and then I can do a quest add-on, right? Quest template add-on, and I can just feed it straight into here with all of the stuff that it needs. So it needs the ID of the quest itself, so that becomes this. So yeah, I think I'm going to change that. Start ID. Okay, I think I'm going to go quest start ID quest first aid 01. There'll be multiple first aid quests. First aid cooking 01. And that's obviously going to equal that plus 1, that plus 2. Okay, first aid, cooking. Okay, so random toy, I need to, that's a really cool little thing where she just gives you like a random, she either gives you junk or you get one of these random actual cool. Why is the Sleeping Willy in there twice? That's odd. Don't like that. Template, so then we want to do special flags, so we need ID and special flags. Okay, ID, ID. Sorry, I'm just trying to think if it will be. No, it'll be ID based on what the quest template looks like. Yeah, okay, and then it'll probably be special flags equals AC dot weekly. Yeah, flags repeatable, right? Quest flags quest repeatable. So now we should be able to just do that. Actually, shouldn't I be able to do first aid daily 1.id, cooking daily 1.id? Yes, I should be able to do that actually, because it's being set rather than yeah, I should be able to do that. That's good. So now that'll commit everything. That'll do that part for us. So that's for those two. Then we need to do quest request items. Quest request items. Lovely. Quest request items. Quest underscore request items. That gives us that one. See that? I mean, that is the work literally involved with getting all of the actual table in the Azeroth core database available to us through a Python interface with full update, delete, full CRUD operations, even upserts, all fully handled for us. That's it. That's the entire line. That's everything that's required. Whoops, it is easy. That's everything that's required. Let's close this for now. We'll come back to that. Okay, so we need to do quest request items. So quest request items. What we got over there? Okay, quest request items. So we got the ID again. So that ID is going to be the first aid cooking .id. We'll see if this works. Emote on complete. So it'll be emote. Oops, daisy. Emote on complete. So then it'll be NPC one shot cheer. Okay, so AC.NPC one shot cheer. Yeah. Then it will be emote on incomplete one shot exclamation. Okay, emote on incomplete exclamation, and then it will be completion quest, completion text, baby. Request. Ah, I see. Completion text. Oh, really? Is that where that comes in? Completion text. Huh. Oh, I guess I could also get rid of that and do that. I guess. That looks ugly, but I don't even think it's valid Python actually. Oh, I guess it is because it's a call to a... I mean, given that I've got to do multiple, right? I may as well just... do that. Because if I can do multiple at the same time, then I can just add them in. And then that just becomes a case of doing that, because I believe it's just pretty much just the same. Cheer exclamation. And then I just change this text slightly. Oops. We need to go inside the quotes, right? Okay. Have we done it yet, Dragon? Hello? Like we've got all day, mate. God. Request items. So quest offer reward. Well, you volunteered. Technically. No, you didn't really, to be honest. I just sort of demanded, but you came up with a good idea, so he who smelt it dealt it. He who rhymed it, he who made the rhyme committed the crime, baby. Oh, got him. Quest offer reward. Quest offer reward. Oh, I actually need to import these things. Let's do oh yeah, okay, it's sort of handling that for me, which is nice. Quest offer reward. Yeah, thanks. It's good that you got the indentation right as well. Not quest offer reward. Okay. All right. Quest offer reward. Quest offer reward. Where are you? Template quest offer reward. Reward text and ID. ID equals first days dot ID, and then it's a reward text. All right. Okay. Cool. Dope. Do that. Do that. Do that. do that, go across, do that, grab that. And we've got a few more to go. You can see how much work is involved with creating a repeatable text with rewards and stuff. The only thing I'm really worried about is I don't ever, in here, I don't ever assign the random toy.lua to anything. And I'm trying to work out how I ended up embedding that. Oh, did I do an update? So there is an update required to make a request giver, but I don't insert the script there. I've actually missed this part, so I'll have to come back to this. Oh, quest. Interesting, because that actually, I remember actually that actually working. Random toy.lua, because she just basically completes the quest and goes, oh, I don't, oh, hang on, incomplete. Event quest. Yes, Shilling creature ID. Register creature event on creature. So it's just a global attachment hook, essentially. So it hooks into the creature directly, and then when one of the quests finishes, it just runs and goes, oh, you can have one of these junk things. And she gives you a random item. Okay. That's sort of cool, I guess. I don't think there's any mechanism within Azeroth Core to take a module that has Lua scripts embedded within its structure and automatically put them in the right place. I don't think that's a thing. All right, and then creature quest starter, creature template. I really want you to be up there. I don't know why. Creature template, creature quest starter equals creature quest starter and creature. That would have been impressed if it worked out the rest, but it did not. Okay, have we done it yet, Dragon? Mr. Part-Time over here. No, syntax is beating me. Oh, come on, mate. We don't accept losers here, man. You've got to get this right. Come on, mate. Creature quest starter and creature quest ender. Oh, that'll just work it out anyway for me. So now we're gonna need creature template, and then we're gonna have to do an update as well. So this is gonna be creature quest starter. I'm going to do the enders in here as well, inside of here. So ID and quest. ID equals first aid. God damn it. Yeah. .id. Yep. What was it again? Sorry, and then quest. Oh no, that's a creature ID, right? So that's going to be NPC Shilling ID, and then the quest is going to be firstaid.id. Yes, that is what you need. And then it's going to be cooking. Okay. It's going to be creature quest ender. Gonna need 2 of them. ID is gonna be, yep. Quest gonna be the first aid, yep. Yep. You got it, buddy. So although actually now if I think about it, Shalene will still be inside the database, will still be a quest giver. So what I need to do is over here. I need to go just do supply creature, go to the update up here. What is it? Update creature template. Okay, creature template. Actually, let's just do select NPC flags where entries. Let's do select NPC flags from creature template where entry equals creature NPC, shilling creature ID. Okay. Oh, NPC flag, I should say. My apologies. My apologies. Oh, I'm dumb. Ignore me. No, I'm not ignoring you. No. No, I was querying creature instead of creature template. Yeah, creature's the live. Well, you might need to actually. You'll need to query creature to find them inside of the bounding box, and you may get some additional information from creature as well. But yeah, creature template's probably what you want to look in. Nearly dropped my Apple Pencil. Okay, so let's do update creature template set NPC flag equals 0 where entry equals 14497. So we go away. Let's restart the old world server, kick me out. All the citizens go to sleep and then wake back up again and everything has changed. Their lives have changed.
Hey there.
Hey there.
You need something?
You need something?
Hello.
Hello. Alright, so then we need to work out how to do this update. So, because we have a creature and a creature template, we want to modify the creature template. So I think what we can do down the bottom is go, or what we can even do, if we've got Shalene up here with her ID, right? So we could probably just go NPC Shalene equals creature template, and then we can work out. If we now go over to 47 NPCs, sounds wrong. It depends. That doesn't actually sound wrong. If you think about the number of quest givers. SQLAlchemy fetching rows. Core selecting rows. SQLAlchemy using select statements. Working with engines and connections. It's probably the right one. What? You need to check that again, son. Thank you. Actually, if we just go to the current release, yeah. There's a quick start in here somewhere. Where's that gone? I don't want to work with a raw engine in that way. Where's the quick start gone? Engine and connection use SQL objects. SQLAlchemy core. Let's go up here. 47. 47 actual NPC givers? I don't know, actually. I don't know. So there's 94. Okay. Alright, yeah, fair. I would almost accept 47. But, like, 94, I get, yeah, maybe, okay, I guess. Alright, that's how you persist them. Ah, add all. Oh, need to give it a list. Okay. So, and that's the 2.0 docs, right? Okay then. So we got to do add all. Oh no, have I got to put that around a list around here? That seems super dumb. Oh, I guess it worked. I guess it has to be done though, doesn't it? I guess it has to be done. Oh, piss off. Do that. Stupid keyboard. Stupid fat dumb fingers. Not fingering the keyboard correctly. Alright. They are not Stormwind. They are not Stormwind customers. Ah, okay. So there's 94, but they're not Stormwind customers. Okay. Wow, that should be add all. My bad. Add all. Add all. Yep. Okay. Alright, and then what I want to do up here is find Shalene. So that's add all. Okay, simple select. So statement equals select from equals select user where user.name.in. Interesting. Okay. They are PvP battlegrounds or events. Yeah, okay. So what you could do there then is you could find, if you use the events tables, you might be able to do an inner join, yeah, on the events and go, we're not in. So they're not event based. Select NPC.entry as NPC ID from quest template as quest. Inner join creature quest starter as on quest starter equals quest ID. Inner join creature template and NPC where creature equals 1519. Okay, so quest sort ID 1519. Is that saying that the quest is a Stormwind based quest? So you're not even doing any bound boxing at all. You're just looking for, you're using the quest sort ID. Okay, for region. Okay, so that got you 90. Did that get you all 94? What? So what did that get you? I mean, I can look it up, but let me just finish this. Select with join, make changes. Select user where user.name equals Patrick. Session.scala statement.1. Okay, the session object in conjunction with our ORM mapped classes user and address automatically track changes to the objects as they are made, which results in SQL statements that will be emitted the next time the session flushes. Below, we change one email address associated with Sandy and also add a new email address to Patrick. After emitting a select to retrieve row of Patrick, select where patrick.addresses.append email address Sandy session.commit update insert. Okay. So I want to go, so making changes then. So I want to do statement equals, so I just want to do select user.where blah blah blah. And then session.scalars.1 goes where Patrick. Okay, Patrick equals, so you got to do, okay. So let's do something, statement equals, okay, so you got to do select. So select SQLAlchemy, select, yeah. Now I want to do creature template. Yeah, so you want to do dot where, and then I think we just want to do creature template dot ID equals, and then we can just do that. Okay. Statement equals select user dot where user dot name equals creature equals and then we can do npc Shalene equals session dot scalars a statement dot one, or first I think it was dot one. Okay. And so then you end up with select user from user count word name equals Patrick.addresses.append. Yeah, and session.commit. So then if I wanted to update Shalene, would I do Shalene? So now that I've got her ID, I can ID npc.Shalene. Yeah. And then where I technically need, should technically be able to do that. Okay, and then now that I've got her ID, creature template, npc flag. So just before I commit, then I can do npc Shalene dot npc flag equals ac dot quest giver, and then commit. Alright, let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's go MySQL acore underscore world, and we're just going to do backup.sql. It's going to take a while. Well, backup.sql. See what we got here. At 94 is all of them, events and PvP and all. I got 47. Expect it to not give NPCs that have only dungeon quests, events and PvP. Basically quests that are in multiple places. Yeah, okay. So then how would you identify the, you couldn't really identify the race, right? I'd had to use the ID to just appear in front of the game object, or in this case the NPC, look at them and go, okay, cool, here are the tags for that one. It wouldn't take too long because there aren't too many major cities. Like there's a handful of major cities. So once your query was used to identify the NPCs, I could then just go through and then just use a spreadsheet to get a list of NPCs and flags, right? What are we looking at over here? What about here? Alrighty. People on the old YouTubio. Okay, very cool. I don't really understand how to make an NPC. I don't really understand how to make an NPC. You use the creature template and then the creature. Oh, sorry, I've actually done that wrong. My bad. From my understanding, they use the player model plus items to get it. Unless it's custom like import NPCs. I know what you mean. Look at that up. Yeah, I think the only real way to do it would be faction. If you look at the factions, it's very likely that if you can see that an NPC is within a particular faction, it's very likely they're going to be that race of that faction. If that makes sense. Okay. I was a big silly. It should have been MySQL. Dumb. What? Dumb slow. Nice. Okay, we'll let that run. That's done. So now I can go ahead and try and run my Python, which is guaranteed to explode in my face. Told you. Alright, what did we get wrong? So, did you mean creature quest starter attribute error? Yes. Those are one word. Okay. Okay. Type object creature template has no ID. Has no attribute ID. That is correct. I think it's called I think it's entry actually. So where are you seeing that? Line 16. Okay. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. I think it's entry. I think. What's this thingy about? Got bool instead. Well, that's what the docs say. Creature has actually entry. Did you mean entry? Oh, so it's actually lowercase. Oh, no, I'm confused by that. Why would it now be lowercase all of a sudden? Because it is. So in creature template they're lowercase, but in quest template they're camel case. Thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up in the chat for the Azeroth core team and their database design. Lol. I like the way kill credits is camel case. Lovely. So now let's look at NPC flag. Make sure we're getting that right. Or probably not. Why aren't I seeing it? NPC flag, we're not getting it right. Oh, lovely jubbly. Session object has no attribute. Add. I did mean add all. Where did I do that? What a dumb error. Add, baby. Oh, ha. Funny. Yes. Alright. Creature term has no ID. Oh, 998. Oh, okay. We're at 98. I forgot you could do that. Creature starter. Whoa. What are you talking about? Sessional creature quest starter. ID. Dot entry quest. What are you talking about? What are you doing? I want to delete. What? I'm confused as hell. 98. Okay, that must have been some sort of file. Okay. Hang on. Creature quest starter NPC. So that's a quest template. Just entry then. Okay. Okay. ID is invalid keyword argument creature quest starter. Is it really? Okay then. Okay, so where's the quest starter, quest ender? What don't you like now? Type error is an invalid keyword argument for creature quest starter. Okay. Starter. ID. Okay. And then is it lowercase quest? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. The perils of dealing with Azeroth Core. systemctl restart world server. Alrighty. Let's see what we blew up. We didn't blow up anything. There we go.
Hey there.
So I already had this one accepted. So it makes sense that that's there. So it should be showing in my quest log. It does because it now exists, but it'll have it in my character's quest log table. But it just wouldn't have shown previously because I deleted it. But now the filling the belly quest is there.
Safe travels.
It's daily quest. It's all been added. So the Python works fine and the updates work fine. Okay, apparently there's a pattern for races in model IDs. Okay, case where model between the or model ID between then human. Ooh, okay. Very good find. Very good find indeed. Well done. Thank you. Let me pop that over here. In where are we? YouTube. Wow. Azeroth Core. Let's actually. I'm gonna put it under my DevOps folder. I'm gonna create a new folder for Azeroth Core. Excuse me. Races. Let's just find races. Okay, that was terrible. Why has it copied it that way? Why have you pasted it that way? Thank you. Okay, case when model ID 1 between 49 and 100 or model ID between 1000 and 1100, then human. Good job, Azeroth. There's a DB column for the entirety of 10 NPCs. There's a DB column for the entirety of 10 NPCs. Lovely. Okay. Racial leader. That's racist. So we know that works. So let's go into here and look at your SQL, which I think you've injected a delete into, haven't you? It's going to delete everything. Right, 47. Okay, so what are these NPC IDs? Okay. Okay, .go. Yes, you can do .go creature. Yeah, okay, so let's go 332. Oh, that's creature 332. Is it? Oh, I understand. You were looking at the template, but that's the instance of 332, isn't it? Yeah, okay. The NPC ID, not creature itself. Yeah, okay. That's okay. So what we'll need to do then is another join on that on your one. So let me just create a secondary note here. Finding NPCs. SQL. You can spawn one temporarily. Yeah, I can do, but I want to know where they are in the city and what their current place is. So I'll just have to do inner join. Just do an inner join. That's okay. Inner join creature as creature C on, and then have you done this? Select distinct npc.entry as npc ID from quest template as quest. Inner join creature quest starter, creature quest template as npc. So you have to do npc.entry equals c dot. Oh, I think it's c.entry as well. I think. And select npc entry and do c dot GUID. Oh no, it's the other way around. I think it's c dot GUID and npc entry equals GUID, I think. So we've got GUID ID1. Okay, so where npc entry equals at least ID1, we might have to do or npc.entry. Let's do inner join the creature as C on, and then we'll have to do a bit of indentation just so we get that or in there. npc entry equals C ID1. Oops. Or 2 or CID3, and then we want to return the GUID. Try go, okay, go creature ID, and then what was that, 332? Oh, well done. Let me just see if my SQL here works as well. It doesn't. Alright, somewhere where, oh where? Oh, I see why, yeah. Okay, 46 rows. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm actually surprised at how long that takes to run. It must be, what's it called? Oh geez, it must be ON2 or something. Damn, that's taking a while. It is. That's ON2, right? Without a doubt. Yeah, so that's cool, right? So you think now then... Alright, let's test your theory then. So npc info. So... So the theory doesn't quite hold up true. So when model ID 1, I believe display ID is the model ID, or is that not the case? I believe it is. So 1736 doesn't fall. It could be wrong. Yeah. What you mean these? It might not even be easy. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's okay. I'm gonna get rid of my other inner join. Get that list back again. Yeah, that makes sense. I deleted it. Okay. Oh, the king. The king himself.
The line of Stormwind's kings has been restored.
Okay. So then it would become a case of going, where does that take you? That takes you to Undercity. Oh, it's because I'm GM. Yes. Okay, I was going to say, why is there a pole to Undercity inside the chamber of the king of Stormwind? Let me think. I reckon we need to find a way then of mapping that awesome NPC list to. So let's go select template. You got inner join template. So you could also do as NPC. You could also do NPC dot name and NPC dot subtitle. I think it is. Subname, name and subname. There we go. So now what you could do is you could look and you could potentially leader of, see the way it's got blacksmithing trainer, smith, I guess. So you could we could at least apply tags based on things like that, right? I love how some of them are just blank and some of them are null. Love that. Archmage, like if you find the word mage in there, blah blah blah, and then you could look for like specific things like Lady Jane of Proudmore and put like legend on there or something, or like story or something to say this is actually quite a thingy NPC. If you look for the word trainer, you could find all of the trainers. So we could go where where quest order we and so then you could go trainer in, you can go npc.subname. No, where npc, okay, the subname like trainer. It's not going to be perfect, of course. That's just an idea. So it's only found 2 of them, so there'd be like another way of identifying them. But it would be cool if we could 47 rows, I mean, you could just almost manually do it as well. Because I want to apply text. It's the quest where they try to retake it. Oh, okay, yeah. What we could do is a mechanism whereby we... No, I think we just have to manually run your script. Dragon, can you find me the quest sort IDs for the other regions? So like Undercity, Darnassus, Orgrimmar, stuff like that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Because then once we can get a list of these going, then we can go, okay, well that's 47 NPCs in this region that we can use as quest givers. Then we might have to manually just apply tags to them. So this is where it becomes a bit of a community effort, but we can I can create a Google spreadsheet, or if someone wants to create a Google spreadsheet, we can just have it open so that certain people can go in and edit it, and we can have tabs for the regions. We can paste this in, and then we can generate that, because then I can just export that as CSV. So when we do an update to it, and when we're happy with it, I can update it as I can download it all as a CSV, each tag, and then I can just embed it inside of this code base, and then I can get the Python to just work with it and ingest it live, so that it becomes a set of creatures by just querying it and then creating creature template objects like I did here with Shalene. I went and just basically fetched Shalene here. I always feel like there should be an easier way of doing that, but okay. That seems odd to actually have to do that, but I guess I could create a function around that, couldn't I? Get creature template, so I could do ID equals none, I could do name equals none, subname equals none, and then I could just return the first match, couldn't I? So I could go if ID Then bum 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 ID. So then I could just go return that. I can go if name. At the bottom you can just do return none, and then at the bottom you can go if name. Then you can do where creature template name equals name, and then just do return. You could actually just do, whoops, you could actually just do that and just set statement effectively. You not being your logo statement reference before assignment. Okay. Statement equals none, so that will obviously return an error, right? Or I guess you'd need to do stop. You'd have to do result. Then you do if not statement return none. So we didn't get around to setting a statement ID because they were all none. And then if subname, I guess that would override it though, wouldn't it? But I guess that's on you as a developer to choose effectively not to do that, right? Because you could set ID and then you could set name and then you could set subname, but it'd sort of be one or the other. That also shadows, so we can't really actually use that. We'd have to use something like ID. Oh, we'll call it entry actually. Entry, because there's a Python built in for that. Entry name subname, if not statement, return none, otherwise result equals, then otherwise we return that. So then does that mean I can then do npc Shalene, did I spell that right? I think I did, didn't I? Yeah. Get creature template equals get creature template entry equals npc Shalene ID. That should result in the code working. No, it doesn't. Boolean value was not defined. Okay, where's that? Oh, what? If not statement. Well, statement. Okay, if not stmp. Oh, okay, because it's here. Sod it, just do that. Either it blows up in your face or it doesn't. Just use it properly. Yes, God. Shelling NPC shell. Okay, I see. Line 111. 111. Oh, I see. Yeah, it actually has an N in it. So I mistyped it further down. Ah, so duplicate entries. So now we get errors, but that's okay. That's the next thing I needed to solve, was what happens if you get duplicate entries. Okay, insert creature template ID, background error. So now we can go integrity error. So now we might have to do a try on that. We might have to do like a try catch. Try accept. We can just pass. Unresolved, really? You mean you can't resolve that? Okay. Yes. Sorry that was hard for you. I feel like you should have been able to have sort of got that quite easily. Okay. Alright, so I think that works fine. Guess we'll find out if I do a reboot of the server and everything blows up in my face again, as it usually does. Alright, we have to get to Shalene now. Go for a little walk. So with that list then, if I create a spreadsheet, I'd be able to assign tags to them. Then I'd be able to bring that in. And then I'd be able to... confused cat. Oh, you're confused, bro? What's up? You're confused with the results you're getting back? I almost feel like a bounding box would be better. Oh, it's not. That's the dwarf area. There's only 6 quests in Silvermoon City. Yeah. I feel like the bounding box thingy might work better. Based on what? What? Say what? That can't be right. There are only 6 quests in Silvermoon City. If you do a select with an inner join on creatures. Oh, sorry. Actually, in fact, if you just do a select on creatures with the NPC flag set, who are in that, oh, they don't set the map. This is another thing that's annoying about Azeroth Core, is they don't correctly update the map and zone information about those NPCs. That could be another worthwhile project, is finding where those NPCs are and actually being able to use the information in world to update that map and data, because a lot of that information isn't in the... Well, at least you still got the quest anyway.
Hello.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
See you later.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if I look at here, for example, it's got a position and everything. Smart scripts is quest giver, phase loot, current entry. Doesn't tell you anything. It tells you faction template 12. See, if you look for NPCs that are faction template 12, I wonder if what you'll come across. I wonder if all the results will be human, and then I think if you find a dwarf, I wonder if you'll then you find a different faction ID. Even if it's just an NPC dwarf that doesn't do anything. Also, basically there's no map information here. But if I do GPS, .gps, you get map, zone, the area. The night owls in the park are not Stormwind. Yeah, so, but are the dwarfs, will the dwarfs have the same faction as the humans? Right, do you see what I mean? Faction template 12. Do they have the same one? Because their faction is just Stormwind, or do they have a dwarven faction, but they just happen to be located in Stormwind? Some will be Ironforge, yeah, but I guess you're probably going to find dwarves that are also just aligned with Stormwind, right? Because they might have been like born there or something. Alright, I've got to go and take a break for 5 minutes. Got to go and make the wife and myself a coffee. When I get back, Dragon, I expect a full dissertation on the intricacies of the races in Azeroth, their relations, a timeline of all wars that they've had, all racial disputes. 7,500 words, APA version 5 formatted, please. Thank you. See you shortly. Good luck. That's bloody cheating, that is. Bloody cheating. Might even be a bannable offence. David Mills, you better still be watching in the YouTube. Come on, David Mills. I'm making my coffee. That's why I'm disembodied voice right now. Only you can hear me. But only you can hear me. No one else can. Alright. Excellent. Well done, Dragon. Well done indeed. So if we use the same query then on that, we get a complete list of NPCs. Do the numbers make sense? I actually don't even need to wear these headphones. I don't even know why I wear them. I'm not actually listening to anything. David Mills didn't reply on the YouTubes. He's clearly abandoned us. Traitor. Traitor to the stream. Traitor to the stream. Whoa, big text. Okay. Let's make that a bit wider. Let's go into... Silvermoon still doesn't. Okay, interesting. Why don't we just delete Silvermoon? How about we do that? How about we teach Silvermoon a lesson and just delete it? Blood Elf. Oh, there's a lot more than... How many did you say there were? Let me just get past your fake AI dissertation to have a look. 6? Nah. Oh, Silvermoon. Oh, that's a city though. The starter area for Blood Elves, I guess maybe doesn't class as Silvermoon. Maybe because it's a separate island. It has way more than 6. Yeah, I've played through a Blood Elf and gone off. It doesn't class, right, so it's just considered a separate region. That's fine. I am only really mainly interested in the cities. Oh, you even got Dalaran. What a legend. What a legend. 3-7. Right, so with 3-7 then, we should be looking at Ironforge, right? 27. Do you reckon there's only 27 in Ironforge? What are we looking for? Quest starter. Oh, okay. You looked at... hang on. So inner join... So quest template as quest. Inner join creature quest starter. What about creature quest ender? Because the ender might be different. Someone may start a quest. Someone may start a quest somewhere else, but that ends up at an NPC in a city. So for 27, quest ender as inner joined on CQ. Oh yeah, okay, as CQC. Let's just CQ end. Quest starter. Oh, I'll have to play around with it. Let me just have a look. That would get quests that send you to that city. True. It could also give you... There could be an intercity quest. So, select distinct NPC entry, NPC name, subname as NPC ID. Oh, subname as NPC ID. That's probably not going to work. So that was wrong there from my subquery straight off the bat. So let me just see. 27, yeah, okay. So select the thing MC as NPC ID. MC name is from quest template as quest. Inner join creature quest starter as CQS on CQS.quest equals quest.id. Inner join creature template on it as NPC on creature quest dot id equals npc dot entry where quest so id equals an order by 27 just in. Don't get me wrong, like even just 27 is good because still on what, Chris? Oh, here he is, the man himself. Let's get a ban in place. No, just kidding. How you doing, mate? Still on WoW? Oh man, private server WoW. Private server WoW. Oi oi son. I think even with 27 NPCs in one city, it's still a good selection of NPCs, right? But what I'm not seeing there are the professions. So I think if we use NPC flags as opposed to them appearing in a quest, So if we go like this, I'm sort of operating over here on the side in Obsidian, just taking notes. So if we do, let me just move this coffee out of the way. If we do select distinct, let's do c.id, c.name. Oh, let's do ct.entry, npc.entry. npc is creature template, yeah. Entry ct.name and ct.subname. From, and then let's do creature template as ct, and then just do an inner join. I think we can even just do join. I don't even think it needs to be an inner join. And then if we do creature, or if we do where ct.mpc flag. Let's see what happens if we do ct.mc flag equals dir equals 2 and quest. So the quest sort ID is from the thing is where c equals 2 order by ct.entry. Trainers are not included. That's right. Yeah, that's correct. So there's 1,800 quest givers, where the 1,800 quest givers throughout the whole world, right? So there's 1,800 people that are giving out quests. So that makes me go, okay, cool. So now how do we refine that down to a city? So then if we use your inner join, how you doing, Lightfoot? You good, mate? So now if we do join, if we do quest underscore template as q on q dot so quest template no, we want creature start, don't we? Sorry, we want creature quest starter as q cqs on cqs dot, and you did quest equals quest ID. So you do cqs dot ID creature template as npc on cqs ID equals, if we do c dot entry, join where the flag is 2. Yeah, not bad. Just playing about with Microsoft Intune at the moment. Crazy Saturday night. Loving it, mate. Loving your Saturday night there. Sort of doing the same thing, really. Sunday morning for me, but just playing around with SQL and WoW and Python. That would get quests on you. The trainers are not included. The quests are characterized as their own class sword ID. The quests are categorized as their own class sword ID. Well, I'm trying to get I've got those creatures. So now, how do I pin out? Why do I pin where those creatures are? Right, because one of the major problems with Azeroth Core is the things like the map ID and stuff are just they're not ever put in place. Oh, that actually being creature, but that's why the bounding box would work really well. If we got the bounding boxes for every city, you could get all of those 1,800 creatures, and you could go where their X and Y's within here, and it would bring it right down to only the ones that exist inside of that bounding box, and they are quest givers because they have the quest giver flag on them. I'll pull up the. There we go. I had a query here for it actually. Let me just run this. 255. These are just NPCs inside of Stormwind. So that's all of the NPCs inside of Stormwind based on a bounding box. Bottom left, top right. Where the creature's X position is greater than negative 9108, and the X position's less than negative 8284. So within that, roughly 1,000 points of movement there, and then the Y position as well. I just didn't group them very well here, so it got a little confusing. But I can change the query. So So what I can do with that query is I can go city bounding box, city bounding boxes. I'm going to move that note up here. Stormwind. So what I can then do is go, if I copy that and create another one, I can then do from creature as C, and then I can do where C dot. Actually, do I need to do? I can't do it there, can I? So I can do where C dot position. Oh, that and should be there just for readability. Sorry, again, just working in Obsidian on the side here. So where c.npc flag equals 2 and so 255 error. Oh, mpg flag, lovely, loving that typo there. Professional over here with my typos. MC set. Okay, so c.mc oh, because I've done creature, not creature template. So ct.npc flag 19. So it shows 19 that have the NPC flag set. So that tells me that that's less, right? That was less than what we were getting before. Which is interesting. How would I get less? Quest, sorry, Stormwind 1519. 19. Whereas we get 47 here, that's start a quest. But how can they start a quest if they're NPC flag? Oh, does it have to be 2 or greater? NPC flag. Let me look at the creature. I think it's a NPC flag. NPC flag. It's at the top, wasn't it? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. So it has to be at least 2 or higher. Because of it. How do you do the math on that to determine if it contains 2? Because what if it's like vendor? So here are the flags. So like guild, banker, stable master. I guess you could go through them all, couldn't you? Innkeeper, spirit guide, flight master, repairer, vendor, food down point, vendor. Professional trainers 64. So what do you have to do? We have to do maths on that, right? To determine whether 2 is in there, essentially. We'd have to look at this. Or we'd have to do it equals one of those flags, the flags that we're interested in. Because an NPC flag could be 66. Which would mean, I think, it's a quest giver and professional trainer. I think. And this indeed is where the Python becomes quite useful, because we might be able to do just a bitmap check on here. Yeah, so you add them together, which makes sense. But where flag greater than equals 2. That'll just get you everything. You just do the binary and, yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to. Okay, let's have a look in SQL binary and. Let's go MySQL. Bitwise functions. Okay. Yeah, guess we can do bitwise functions. And 2 equals 2. NPC flag and 2. Yeah. Wouldn't we want or? Where NPC flag and 2 equals 2. $41. If I use your thingy, so 41. So that's quest givers in the within the bounding box of Stormwind. So let me just it's that. Where CT does NPC flag and 2 equals 2. That seems about right to me. 41 quest givers. Engineering trainer as well. So does... Let's head on over to the quest giver. Go creature ID. Engineering trainer. So does he have a quest as well, does he? Select log title from quest template. Where is it? Oh, how would I know? Okay, it would make sense that there's less. Yeah, I guess if I just went with, I guess if we just had these individual people where we go, cool, if they're inside of this bound, so 41 is basically saying, if you're inside this bounding box and you have a bitmask set, the Goldshire quest sending you to Stormwind is categorized Stormwind, even if it starts in Goldshire. Yeah. So I think I think the reason I like the bounding box is that it removes any sort of ambiguity around the possible magic being, the possible magic of, well, the quest giver could fall into the sort ID even if they're in another part of the world, because the developer just figured that that's where they should be within the database, right? Whereas if we use a bounding box, we're literally saying you are physically located inside of Goldshire, or you are physically located in Stormwind or Undercity or Darnassus or whatever. Those bounding boxes are quite easy to get. You just fly there, .gps, pull the cords out, fly to the top right, GPS coordinates, done. Okay, so then if we were to take that, and the rain's getting quite bad here now. Have you seen? You still online, Lifeo? Did you see the cyclone hitting Australia? Select GUID, CUID, C. So select C.GUID. Technically, if the power goes out, then technically, if I've set up everything correctly, I shouldn't go out because I actually have a UPS on the PC, the router, and the switch. I have another UPS on the router and fiber termination in the garage, and then another one at the other end of the garage where the managed switches. So technically, if the power was to drop now, everything, the only thing that would go off would be my monitor. I've not plugged that into the UPS. That's the only thing that would go off. I can do that right now, actually, I think. Got it. Alright, so that would prevent a very horrible power surge. And so technically I should maintain my computer for about 20 minutes, which would allow me to shut down a little bit more gracefully. Although I think my webcam's gone off. Right, let's have a look. So audio's coming through fine. Yeah, webcam's gone off. Why did that go off? That's dumb. Where have you gone to, sunshine? Hey? Where have you gone? Let's get you back. That's weird. Another crazy Linux moment, you could call it. It's another sign of Linux being a living legend. Oh, okay. Guess we're not getting the camera back then. Well, unless the device changed. Yay! Okay, the device ID changed. And it also looks like my audio has now gone through the roof. Yeah. Bring that back down so I'm not screaming at you and redlining. Amazing. What an amazing system and world we live in. Everything went crazy. Wow, everything really did just go nuts there, didn't it? What are you doing? Okay. Wow. Fantastico. There we go. Let's go to here. We're back. Looks like everything's back. Okay, cool. Anyway, as we were saying, before I went wild, did mental things. So 41 quest givers. Based on a bounding box. Okay, so if we copy these then, let's do an experiment now, right? Let's copy these. And let's go to, let me do it over here. I'm going to create a new, oh, that's a Google Doc. I didn't want that. Let's go to Drive. Spreadsheet. That session's expired. That's annoying. Let's just create a temporary one then. Let's just do a new sheet. Paste it in. Really? That's all you can give me? Is that horrible format? I guess it's not in any sort of nice thing, is it really? Okay. What happens if I do that? Can you work it out now? Okay, cool. So we bring it into here then. Let's create a scratch. I don't care. Just do SQL. I don't really care, to be honest. Alrighty. So then we can do some jiggery pokey. Oh, actually, if we do this. Do that, and then do that, and do that. Dink, 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 dink. I could have got MySQL, just output it as a thingy for. That's going to be more difficult because of the size of because of that name column. So if we get rid of that name column, oh, for Christ's sake, just have to do it manually. Must be a way of MySQL. Where are we? You can get it to format CSV for me. There's a way of doing that. Alright, kill that window. MySQL output CSV. Okay, I'll put my keyword in CSV format so we can do it directly in the thingy. Oh yeah, okay, you can do into file. Yeah, okay, fine. Let's see if that can actually work. I'll update the. Okay. Into CSV file. Just putting notes in my obsidian, otherwise I forget and lose all this stuff. Forget and lose it all, baby. Oh, still, yeah, okay. Still live and everything. Yep, great. My playing around didn't break everything completely. Okay. Okay, into file. We'll just do temp/npcs.csv separated by enclosed by. Yeah, get rid of that. Do that. Let's see. Oh, actually, kill that and go. Let's do Stormwind NPC quest givers. Let's call it that instead. Let's see what we got. Okay, at least one of file privileges. Okay, so great. Okay, that makes sense. Let me go over to here. That's better. A core world. Oops. Use a core world. Yep. Okay. Secure file privilege option cannot be executed the same. So secure file privilege option. Okay. Brilliant. We just go round and round and round. MySQL. That's CNF. That's CNF. That's CNF. Okay. Conf.d. Yeah. Okay. Slow logs. Okay. Right. MySQL the secure file option. So we find the flag for it. How do I resolve? Yep. Okay, move your file. Okay, show variable like secure flag. See the directory is being configured. Okay. Let's have a quick look at this then. Variable name secure file priv. Oh, okay. File. So you got to write to that location. I see. Okay. Interesting. Right. Okay. I get it. So valid MySQL files. Okay. Less. Yeah. Alright. So I wonder if then if you do file, I know you can do an import, right? But I don't think it's gonna allow me to go upload. Alright, I'll have to save the file. Well, if we come into here then and come into packs, docs, daisy, other core tools, we put it under documentation. Let's create a new folder in here, new folder, new directory. Let's call it. We'll just call it NPC. We'll just call it creatures, and then we'll put quest givers. And we'll create a new file in here, and we'll just do stormwind.csv. Yeah, we'll add it, and then we'll just look at the raw file. Can you just show me the raw file? No, I don't want that view. Oh, okay. What's this view? Table tree text. Read only? I don't want it to be read only. Okay, well you can show me a table, but I still want to edit the file. Paste format. CSV, data extractors. Scripted. Oh, what does that do? How bad would it be to run some Lua code to update the entire creature table? How bad it would be to run some Lua code? Well, it wouldn't be bad. It depends what you're doing, right? That wouldn't be bad at all. How the fuck do I just edit this file? Come on, dude. Like, what the fuck? I get that you're giving me this nice fancy view, but I actually just want to edit the file. Why are you giving me a read-only view? Oh, text at last. Oh my god. Yeah, you could totally run it. Come on, behave yourself. Holiday. So /n. Okay, well /n can just become null. Lines terminated with /n. Okay, let's just make you null. Alright, so that's your data there. So we can even just add to it here because we can actually just create the columns in here. However, we didn't get the headers, so how do we add a row? Alright, let's go like, let's leave that, sorry, and then come to here. What did you mean when you said, well, what lure do you want to, use, Dragon? To update the map area? Yeah, I know, yeah, you're precisely right. We need that. We actually do really need that. Sweet mother of baby Jesus, just give me my goddamn creatures before I kill you. Okay. GUID, ID1, ID2, ID3, name. Oh, we should get subname as well. Oh, we do have subname. My apologies. Say data. Okay, well done. You've worked out that the okay, CSV, configure. How are you not? Record view, great. Thank you. Oh my god. Is this being serious right now? Yeah. Is that just some sort of... Right. Thank you. Query all creatures, get in-game engine ID, in-game engine IDs, and update the DB. Hey, give it a try, and if you think that would work, I think that would be a substantial improvement to the database, because right now, none of the data, if that information was in there, it would make things, it would make a lot so easy. That is one of the major problems right now, is going, oh, look at this creature here, cool. Let me find all the creatures in this zone and in this area so that I can make them 3 times bigger or make them all elite or something. No, can't do that. You have to go and use a bounding box because they didn't create... They didn't add that information in. So the only other way to really do it would be... You would have to create a bounding box for the entire zone. And then you would have to go, okay, cool. Every creature that's inside this bounding box, update it, and then get the map details, and then go... So you'd go, here's the bounding box of the region. Then you'd have to say, look up my own information about where I am. I'm scared that what it returns is just a DB value. Oh, just try it. Don't be scared. Just back up the database. If you break something, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Lord God. Patchouli. How's it going, you two? You've been quiet. Come on. Speak up. What you doing? Don't be scared. Just delete the just edit the database. It's fine. Just refresh it again when you're done. Lurking. Alright, fair enough. Fine. Just lurk then. See if I care. I don't care. Let's go to creature. Alright, so we got this guy who has who is apparently a quest giver. Taking notes and lurking. Wow. Has gossip, has quest giver. Yeah, okay. Cool, so he is quest giver. So it's about the effort, not the DB. I'll just put the effort in. Do it! Do it! Well, we're already sort of working on it already. So this bounding box with all these creatures in it, if I take off the NPC flag thing, I get all of the creatures. Right, so if I look at this one, right, so if I do that, that's 255 creatures inside a Stormwind. If I try and get as creature template, if you get creature, from creature as C, if I try and get, if I look, so what's this? Describe creature. If I go like that, if I make that noise like that, and then actually type code, zone ID, area ID. Okay, so I run that again, same query, 255 rows, 255 rows, map ID, area ID, zone ID, 000. But because they're inside of a bounding box, if I look at my own GPS information, I'm pretty certain that the map, the zone, and the area, Stormwind City, is the same. So now I can do an update, and I can update all of those NPCs to have the correct map, zone, and area ID. Does that make sense? It's about the effort. Do you know one NPC that has the actual problem? Do you know one NPC that has the actual... What do you mean by problem? The actual problem? Why is everything on fire? I know I'm in GM mode, but why is everything on fire? So like if you look at this NPC, right, and you go NPC... so if I go GPS here... map 0, so because I am on still in the Eastern Kingdoms, zone 1 for Undercity, area Undercity. All of them have the wrong map ID. Do you know one NPC has the actual problem of having the wrong map ID? They all do. I've just listed 255 of them. There's 255 rows in the bounding box of Stormwind, and none of them have the map ID set. So technically, oh, okay, sorry, my apologies. Some of them have a map of 1. So this particular creature then has a map ID of 1. So let's see why. Creature ID. Let's see why this creature ID, because they're in Syphilis. 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 Because, but why though? Hang on, that's not within the bounding box. That's weird. Why would that creature ID show as being inside of those bounds if they're not actually physically in those bounds? Huh. Select CG from creature as C, join creature template as CT on creature ID 1 equals CT.entry or where the C dot position. Yeah. How on earth are you appearing in that dataset when we're not even remotely in Stormwind? Not even on the right continent. How? That's impossible. X negative. So the bottom left is the top right is negative 8284 83. No. Oh. They are relative chords based on the map. Yes, they are indeed. Okay, where So you'd want to go C dot position equals that, and C dot position. So then you'd want to do C dot map ID. Was it map? Yeah, map equals 0. Okay. 246. How interesting. So now the map ID will be 0 across the board. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad we found that. That's good to know. That's good to know. If we do it again, but with a a bounding box saying where map equals 1. To put a bit of syntax highlighting into this, so we're not complete Neanderthals. That should say Stormwind, not Storewind. Bottom left, top right. Find secret code. Let's have a look at map ID 1. 9. But that makes sense because they're all inside of here. That makes perfect sense. So that's working perfectly fine. But to come back to your calculate.creature.zone.area.date. What's your server? Calculate.data. In the config. Yeah. Okay. Let's see in the world config. 0. Calculate at loading creature zone ID area and save creature tails. Slow world server. Let's give that a shot. What? Shut up. What about this one? Creature game object zone area. That would be slow as well. But let's do that as well. Okay, and then let's do systemctl stop world server. Cool, and then let's do that SU again. And then I want to start it up manually. And watch it try and do that. So those errors will be config missing. Bad value defined for auto balance. Yeah, that's all config related. If I remember rightly, loading creature data. If I remember rightly, this doesn't work. But it could have been fixed. Because I remember trying this ages ago. Because I remember complaining about this information being missing. And I think someone pointed it out to me. And it was like, it doesn't work. Hopefully they fixed it though. I completely forgot that even existed. So well done for finding it. So, okay. So Mike GM, and then we'll have a look in the database. So we can log in okay, so it's loaded fine. So now inside of the database. Whoops. Great. So now if we come to this. All zeros. So a few of them worked. Stormwind City Guard. One Stormwind City Guard worked. Daneland. That's almost has a quest. 68. So it worked for a handful of them. Don't ever remember that.
You need something?
Since when does that be? Since when are they a quest giver? Has gossip. Interesting. So you should be within the bounding box. Oh, I'm just finding creatures in the bounding box. My apologies. Yeah, my apologies. Okay, that's fine.
Go with honor, friend.
So it doesn't update all of them, and so that's one of the major issues with the game. But it probably updates some of them, right? So zone ID, that's also wrong. The area ID is yeah, so let's put this area ID to just be the same as the zone ID. So my zone ID is 12 because I'm in Elwyn Forest. But I'm in area ID 87 because I'm in Goldshire. So I'm still in Goldshire. No, keep going. Still in Goldshire. Elwyn Forest. So now I'm in Elwyn Forest, area, Elwyn Forest. So in order to make this really work, you would have to understand the bounding box of the areas. So you'd have to look at probably the DBC files. You'd have to understand the bounding box around each sub area inside of a zone on a map. And then you'd have to, if you knew what those coordinates look like, those bounding boxes, you could then go through and update every creature in the database. The only other way of really doing it would be to manually go through, and you could, for the most part, you could. It's .sheet.explore, yeah, and then it's one, yeah. So you could set a bounding box over here on the edge here, right? But it needs to be square. So if we look at you can get the zone Elwyn Forest if you go into Stormwind. Elwyn Forest, it's got its own zone. So you'd have to work out even doing it manually with bounding boxes, you'd have to work out where you are within the you'd have to work out if there's a zone specifically inside of here. So you'd almost have to walk around and then go, once you hit a certain point and it changes, look at the zone ID and then try and work out what a bounding box would be, and then you would be roughly capturing GitHub search sucks. Yeah, it really does suck. You're probably best pulling the code down locally and using like grep and grep with regular expressions and stuff, to be honest. And what's the other one called? Rip grep. It's meant to be very fast. But you could create bounding boxes and be like, oh, these NPCs are in this area, these are here, these are here, these are here, these are here. That's probably the best you could probably do. DB Coop, sup Michael, what are you doing? Have no nada. No idea. That's okay, man. I'm currently in the process of manipulating Azeroth core so that I can use Python and Python to update and create quests within the game. But we're also now looking at the database and trying to work out why or how we can go about finding the NPC information so that we can update the table with the map IDs. Because as it stands right now, except for these few that it's found on startup, all the rest of them here are blank. But we know that this person here is inside of Stormwind, so that should be set. These two here should be set, effectively. But my theory is that unless you can pull that information out of the DBC files, and find the coordinates, you'd have to manually go zone by zone and actually bound box every single smaller area. That's the only way that I can think you could do it. Come over to the Discord, DB Coop. I stream there as well, so you don't have to watch on YouTube. You can watch live on Discord as well and get a much faster, better response, especially from the chat as well. I am monitoring both now though, the YouTube and the Discord. What do you reckon, Dragon? I reckon I'm right. I reckon that the only way you can do it is if the DBC files can give you the information, which I doubt they will, because they probably don't map to Azeroth core coordinates, or we have to create bounding boxes. I was actually trying to figure out what the config actually does. Yeah, okay. It's a good idea. The Azeroth core, people on the Azeroth core server might know. Where's that? What have I just clicked on up there? Silverpine Forest. Wow, it's been a while since I've gone through Silverpine Forest. Fenris Isle. Ah. I don't think I've ever come into here, or maybe I have actually. Ah. Oh, so the gnolls have basically come in and taken over this castle. See, like, these are just basic gnolls, right? Level 19. You could use this area to create a whole... You could, like, make them... You could put elites in here. You could put quests in here that bring you in here. And this is my main point about Azeroth Core and what it allows you to do. Is this is an entire world and game engine that you can use to build out your own game in this universe if you wanted to. And you don't even have to do much in the way of... Like, you've got this one human here who's a level 20. He's not even elite. But you could easily make him elite or add more elites in and almost make an open world dungeon out of this castle. Which I love. I think that's such a cool idea. Just generally speaking, not that exact idea. Although everything I say is cool and awesome, so... What have we got in here? See, these are just basic mobs, normal mobs. Beep. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Did you manage to work it out? I don't think it's gonna be. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be simple. I think if it was a solved problem, it would just do it, right? But it's never used. Okay. Yeah, that's confusing. I think ultimately, I think if it could be done, it would just be done. God, this is a whole island you could do like entire storylines on and. Has it got any cave systems as well, like hidden cave systems? That would be so cool. Never really did much in the way of undeads on a little island with murlocs on it here. That's cool. Like, at this point, I don't believe that config has any use. It does make a change. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It did make a few changes. So I see where you're coming from, but I agree that it's not really useful if it only updates a few things and it doesn't really do it right neither. Which it didn't, right? It didn't actually do it right. It actually omitted things. So what's over here? What are you? A lurker. Okay. That's the thingy thing over there, the Dalaran thing. I think. Is that the start of Dalaran? I can never remember. That's where Dalaran used to be, right? Before it got... Yeah, Dalaran Crater. Yeah, okay. No, like, I can't find the code that does any update. Fisher. Welcome back, Fisher. Good to see you again. So, unfortunately, I do genuinely think that's probably the only way to do it, is with bounding boxes. I like that there's creatures here. That implies you can actually get up here. How would you get up here? How would you even get up there? Can you actually... Wow, you can. Okay. Yeah, you can. Growless cave. Okay. Right, what's in... God, yet another huge area that could be used with another castle in it. With a named creature, but not even elite. So yet again, the same thing again. becomes an option, right? So cool. There's just such a huge world. A whole new world. Okay, let's have a look. What's this? There's so much I've not seen in this world, dude. Like, there's so much of WoW I never got around to exploring. Okay, GPS command does take the data from the Oh, hello. Slipknot. Slipknot, baby. At what level is he? Oh. Syndicate. I like the way he roams around. Yet again, another... Oh, stealthy spy. Yet another little small area I didn't even know existed. Oh my god, I love this game. Cave structure. Okay, what are we looking at there? Taramil death. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Oh. What are you doing? What are you doing, Boo? Huh? What are you doing? Tell me. Tell me, what are you doing? Playing World of Warcraft, bro. Ugh, trapped on a mountain. Except I'm trapped on a mountain. Except I'm flying. Look at this, flying. I'm flying through the air. There's farts everywhere. I remember that place. I remember going in here when I first started playing the game. Do you remember coming in here? There's no thingy in here, is there? There's no dungeon in here, I don't think. I remember that place though. And I remember looking at this place and being like, oh, I can't go through this gate, like super high level. I couldn't do it. And then I came through and got ganked by a human rogue. Modifying World of Warcraft, boo. That's what I'm doing. Okay, GPS command does take the data from the DBC file. I'm just trying to think how you would... If you can automatically find those bounding boxes from the DBC file, I think you would have something. Other than that, I don't know if there's anything else that can be done. What is that? Oh, is that a battle? Oh yeah. Okay. Other than that, I don't think that there's anything else that can be done, right?
Hey there.
Oh, okay. Other than creating your own bounding boxes. Anyway, we've proven this works. Sorry, let me just... was my OBS gone? Yeah. So we've proven this works. We can make this work now. And so we do have to capture a integrity error. So we might have to do a bit of work around capturing duplicate keys and things. Failing that, we could also do a search for the quest before attempting to create it. So maybe when you create the quest object, you call a function which is add quest or create quest, pass it in, and then it does a lookup for you and tries to find the quest based on the ID, and then deletes it first and then updates it. Or maybe you just, if you're already, I guess you could do an upsert. I'm doing add, but what if you were to do session.update or something? Yeah, I think that basically leaves us to the possibility. Okay, Is the end goal to have public-private server or just modding for fun education purposes? I would say modding for fun and educational purposes is probably the best way to put it. I don't want to run a public-private server. Do you want to run a public-private server? You're more than welcome to. I mean, I could run one and just use Tailscale and then just invite people in specifically into that network by just sharing the box with them. So we can have like 4 or 5 people who play on the server. But the idea is to create a solution where it's much more soloable, running around the world and doing what you want without GM commands, of course. That would just be a big silly bum thing. Oh, that must be a graveyard. So, I don't know, drag. Good old dragon. I'm still convinced that bounding boxes might be the only way. Unless, can like Wowhead or that other one, that other database. Let's have a look at, if we go to, let's go to here. Let's just kill these for now. Let's go to here. If we go to WoW, I'm looking at 3.3.5 AODB. Is it AODB? I think it's called AOD. I'll just put that in. That one I'll do. Evo WoW. So you got database, you got world, you got zones, Eastern Kingdoms. Can we extract the information from here? Because see, look, these people have drawn all these things on, right? So how are they doing that? Eastern Kingdoms, level. So they've got the zone IDs down here. Right, so we can at least always, we know we can at least get those zone IDs. So if we go to Altruc Mountains, we've got sounds, quests. Okay. Altruc Mountains, what the hell? Oh, it's a DF, that's why. So you'd want existing NPCs that actually exist in the area. Zones 20. Okay. So this is within Altruc Mountains. You've got zones then. So then if you go Misty Shore. No, zone. Yeah, okay. Okay. Understand, thanks for explaining. That's okay, boo. Are you interested in this kind of thing? Did you just find my channel randomly? Or is this something that you're actually interested in? Talent calculator, hunter pack, item comparison, maps. Tools, maps, okay. What's on the maps? Okay. Yeah, give me Altruc Mountains, okay. See, those coordinates there don't match in game. Click match add-on with pins. So those two, what do they're not pins within the game though, right? And they don't translate, do they, to... So if I pin that, if I'm in Altruc, if I go to that zone, that would be a valid coordinate within that zone. But what would that look like from a GPS perspective? So that could be helpful if... Utilities. 5A zone bounding boxes, GPS chords, paragraph bounding box, coordinates. Coordinates tracking, map chords, compasses. What's this? You got this interactive map. What does that do? Yeah, that's not bad. That's kind of handy actually. I could use something like that. Yeah, it's just this interactive map thing. Okay, yeah, I've seen things like this before. See, it's got coordinates up there, but I don't know what they are. That's really nice. This is really, really nice. Wish I could self-host this. But I don't know whether this is what region. Okay. World of Warcraft version 0.1 classic fresh. It's got Outland. I think that's there seems to be vanilla category, point of interest, world, visit, player option, I say, Discord. Okay, that's pretty cool. Wonder if this is a map tile server. That's very, very nice. There's the Dalaran ruins. There's where we just were. There's the Undercity. Copy link address. Gonna join them on Discord. Just while I remember. Sweet. Okay. That's good to know that that exists. This is very nice. What does that do? Draw a polygon. Okay, what happens if I draw a rectangle around that area then? What does that do for me? Okay, so if I do that, what do I get? What's nearby? That's really nice. No, rain has kicked up again. Are you seeing this? That's really nice. The way you can click on here and go, what's nearby? And it's got a radius on it. So you can go points of interest, NPCs, all zones. See, how are they doing this? What's that do? Oh. Distance. Yeah, but I mean, I wonder if this is something that's like, is it self-hostable? Or I've joined the Discord server, but I'll have to gamer maps. Gamer maps, World of Warcraft. Maps. The War Within. Okay. They've got maps on almost everything. That's really, really cool. I'd love to know what the tech is and how they've done it. Okay. V8. There's Classic. So basically it was Classic that we were looking at. World of Warcraft Classic. Which is probably about... Oh, Burning Crusade. It's probably about as close as I'm going to get. Fishing, travel routes, new map, one for all. Yeah. Search nearby, herbal zones. God damn. Okay. Well, see, like if we come into Stormwind, for example, so obviously there's an obscene amount of quests in here. The coordinates in the top right don't match my bounding box, so I don't know what those coordinates are. Fresh. Okay. World. Okay. Choose a squad to update with. Okay, to share with. I mean, look. It lets you click and drag. Oh. I did this before and it just sort of does that, which I don't understand. Cancel. Very interesting. So right now, the only way I can think to do is, with the going back to the whole quest thing, would be to just deal with bounding boxes. So, if we, because we have access to the same information here, if I convert it into a SQLAlchemy query, right? So if we come back to, what's this? ADT files contain terrain and object information for map tiles. They have a chunked structure like DWT files. Map tiles split 16 by 16. This might be also viable. It's important to remember that X value is west point. So positive X values point north, and positive Y values point west. Lovely. So this might be usable in order to work out where everything is. Chunk. Let's do a lot of client-side stuff on that though. Let's go back to here. Make changes, some deletes, learn above concepts, map classes configuration, relation configuration, query and guide. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, let's come down. Let's have what we got here. Writing select statements for mapped classes. Well, we've got mapped classes, which is what we have. We have a dynamically mapped class. So select where. Okay, dot result session execute SpongeBob. Yeah. Okay, Scala is the order by. Okay. Join. Okay. Type of email. User.cls. User CLS equals alias user name user CLS. Okay, oh, that's using aliases, right? Okay, alias address name equals email statement equals select join order by. Okay, so it would be a select and a join and then a where. Okay. I would assume okay they get the data from in-game with add-ons. Can't see anything about hosting. I don't think they probably allow you to self-host. I'm on the Discord, so I'll ask them when I go off stream and see if I can work with them to see if they can help with give some information. But I've got a feeling it might unfortunately be a case of doing some bounding boxes and then clever SQL. For example, finding NPCs that move and roam. You definitely don't want them appearing and saying, oh, they're in this zone, because they won't be in that zone. They move around. Okay. So we can always do a textual statement. Text select ID. When we add column information to the statement by using method, when this method is invoked, I should probably put my glasses on now. Is invoked, the text clause object is converted to a textual select object as well. Columns use ID. Okay, textual select columns, ID username. Okay, textual object which takes on a role that's comparable to select construct. The text clause columns method is typically passed column objects. Okay. Or equivalent, and in this case we can make use of our mapped attributes on the user class directly. So you can do selected textual equals textual. Oh, so you're updating itself .columns. We now have an ORM configured SQL construct that is given can load the ID name, full name columns separately. To use this select statement as a source of complete user entities instead, we can link these columns to a regular ORM map select construct using the select.from statement. ORM equals select user from statement. Okay. For user in execute.scala's print object. Yeah. Okay. So what we should be able to do then, if we look at import SQL.text, so we can do a test up here, right? So we can go file new Python, and we can go find NPCs Stormwind. Stormwind, go cancel for now, and then we can do from SQLAlchemy. Let's go to the auto map at the top, and we're going to pull in the same stuff. We've got to select as of code DB. Okay, from Azeroth core.db import session. Yeah, plus creature template and creature. Then we also want to then bring in text from SQLAlchemy, import text. So then we want to go, let's call it textual SQL. Textual. You so textual, baby. Okay, I'm going to do... Right, so now if we bring in map 0, so we know that this contains our bounding box, right? So now we get to see whether it can handle this level of stuff. So then we can go and then it says to do this. SQL.columns, so then we've got user.id, so I think that'll be creature.guid. Creature.guid. Then it'll be creature.id1. Creature.id1. Creature.id2. And creature.id3. Then you'd want creature template dot name. Let me just go and check the creature template. Hey Dragon, we solved some good stuff today. Name and subname. I think we did some good stuff today. Do you agree? I think we really cracked a few interesting problems there. Like, we certainly opened up a we certainly developed more of an understanding for sure. And then you got map. Oh no, map. Where's map coming from? C2. That'll be coming from c.map. Oh no, tell me I was getting that right before. c.map, c.map, c.map. I just want to make sure I was doing that SQL right before. Oh, so it did update all of them. So I did make an error in my SQL before. So it has updated the zone ID and the area ID. I'm even failing to understand what I need to do to get Elon working in my Docker. Oh, you're not using Docker, are you? Come on, bro. Get a grip on your life. Alright, let's just go Telly Goldshire. Let's do that. Let's do this. Right, so it'd be map 0 without a doubt. Can't be bothered to compile this out. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. The Docker will have to compile it though to get a Luna for you. You have to compile to put a Luna in. It's a module. Superposition.x. I've forgotten. Let's look at this. Bottom left. Yeah, bottom left, negative. Okay, yeah, so it should be bottom left. 9486.907. And the Y is 131.555. Oh, piss off. What are you on about at all? 131.55592. Okay. Must admit, the way I'm doing the whole coordinate things is a bit weird. I'm going to consider this house to also be inside of Goldshire, I think. Yes, it is considered to be inside of Goldshire. Yes. So now we're going to go to negative 9371.118. I think I was getting my SQL wrong before. I think it is updating them. I'm going to do a test now. Negative 94.744. So now we're going to see if... Time for bed. Cheers, Lord. I'll actually finish in like 3 minutes anyway. I'm gonna call it a day at that point. 185. Wild turkey. Wonderful. Headless horseman flame bunny. Nice. We'll wait then. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna head off in 3 minutes. I can't bother. Oh, then that's easy. Yeah, you just compile a Luna straight in. Touring orphan. Oh. So it's done it, Dragon. I was wrong. It's done it correctly. It has brought them all in. I was wrong. Map 0 1287. Map 0 1287. Yeah, my apologies for wasting your time. You very generously donated time. It is doing it. They are actually updating correctly. I don't know how accurate it is or whether it's perfect, but it is doing it. So if we tele to Stormwind GPS, we've got 0 159 159. The only problem I have is what if I I guess I'm getting a bit cheeky now by saying I want specifically, you know, we're in Cathedral Square, right? So the canal's Cathedral Square. So now what's so the area stays the same. So we've moved to another different area, but the ID stays the same. So okay. So 1519 finding NPCs 1519. So the quest sword ID is probably 1519. That's interesting. The quest sword ID is the same as the zone and the area. Interesting. Oops, what did I just do? Let's go to Ogrimmar, which is a negative ID. Okay. Yeah, okay, Ogrimmar's 1637. So then if we use your one from before, 1637, I'll write up a blog post about this, I think it's worth documenting what I've got here. 29, which meet our query from before, which is their quest starters. These are the quest starters in here. If we were to change your query to be, let's get rid of that one, and go, let's get the entry, let's get distinct empty entry, and then get the name and then the subname, and go from quest template quest. If instead of that, if we got from, I guess you'd have to do quest sword ID. Let me get rid of this statement actually. So another way of doing it then with those IDs you'd have to do select c.name, c.subname from creature template, where you could then just do the creature dot area ID, and then if you go Ogrimmar 1637, let's get their ID as well. Actually, let's get the dot ID. Is it creature template, or would it be entry? I think it would be entry, wouldn't it? And would you then do creature dot npc flag, c dot npc flag and 2 equals 2. Man, when I fat finger it, I really fat finger it. Unknown colon c dot entry, yeah, okay. I've lied to you, Lord. I'm still going entry. Okay. Oh, it is entry. Oh, NPG. I keep putting MPG instead of NPC. What do you mean? Oh, from creature template as C. Yeah, it's creature that has the area ID, because obviously that's the spawn. So you'd have to do join, so you'd have to do as CT. So I want the CT, come on, the entry, the name, the subname, and then I'd want c.guid. Join creature as C on ct.entry equals c.id1. Let's just do id1 for now, where c.area id. So it'd be ct, it'll be c.area id and ct.ntp flags, because it'll be the template that has that entry on there. So 150 inside of Ogrimmar that are in area ID 1637 with their NPC flag set to 2, or rather it has the 2 in there, and therefore they have quests. So then you could do join quest. So then you can do the quest starter. Why is the Darkmoon Fair NPC in there? Because it's not filtering out any events, right? It's just getting everything, and there'll be an NPC in it for the Darkmoon Fair when it's active. They'll be in Ogrimmar being like, you should go to the Darkmoon Fair. Rowan Udell. Alfred, can't stop him. No, man. I've got UPS set up and everything. There's no power outage for me. But their sort ID should be Darkmoon Fair. What I'm saying is that they're in the right area, right? There'll be an NPC saying advertising the Darkmoon Fair in Ogrimmar. So the area ID will be Ogrimmar. No? I think that they'll appear in Ogrimmar because they'll be there, like the Lunar Festival. Like there's 3 people here from the Lunar Festival, right? They're in the area ID, but they'll only appear during the Lunar Festival. They'll only be ported in and made visible during that event time frame. There's 2 thralls in here, which is nice. So I'm not doing distinct. So I'll have to do additional flags to basically go omit. So there's 150 rows, so thrall's still shown in there, so it's almost ignored me, basically. Oh yeah, because the distinct isn't on the... I don't think you can do that, I don't think. I think that's invalid syntax. Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, okay. Well, you've come at a bad time, Rowan, because I'm about to go offline. But I think with more refinement, you could not only look for the NPC flag of 2, where they give you a quest, but you can also look at their like phase. So if you look at the creator template, describe creator template. I'm not sure if this is the template that has the phase or the creature. I think it's the creature that has the phase. Yeah, it's the creature that has the phase. Phase mask. So if we go into here and do c.phase mask, and we get rid of this quest starter one, I started to thingy out. What? Oh yeah, distinct. I put distinct in there by mistake. Well, not by mistake, I was trying it, but I knew it wouldn't work. So 150, so it's still... Oh, the phase, see the phase mask? 128 and 64. So you might go, you only want you might only want a phase mask of 1. So they would pop off those thralls there. Because the is only appearing when the player's within a particular phase. With a phase mask, it obviously a phase mask. Then you'd have to look at things like... So we do show tables. So that's to just keep effectively refining it down so that you look at things like the events, event scripts, game event creature. So we do game event creature. So GUID of the creature. So you could go. So you could go game event creature. Join game recurrent creature as GC on gc.guid equals c.guid, and then you could go gc.event entry. So now I think we should only see 70 where they're part of an event, which makes sense. You got your orphans, they only appear. The troll commoners, I think they appear during like a, aren't they during a speech, during a Thrall speech? The Lunar Festival. So these are part of a. These are all part of a an event entry. So you'd either want to invert a were statement on them, to effectively say, get them where they're not a part of an event, or something else. So 70 out of that 150 are effectively event driven. Brew of the month, for example. That's obviously Brewfest, right? Alright. I personally think we've done really well there. I think we've actually learned quite a lot, Dragon. I think we've actually uncovered quite a lot. I just need to take some notes here. I think the bounding boxes is going to improve things and make that possible. So maybe today I'll fly around and just get the bounding boxes of the major cities. And that will be enough to just grab some NPCs and then maybe just refine the finding NPCs SQL down so that it's within a particular area and they're not part of an event. So they're active and available right now. And they're in phase 1, which is generally the phase that the player's in. That's the normal phase that a player's in. So... and then... so they got the NPC flag on, so they're already quest givers. They're in phase 1. So you go where... so if you go game event creature and... C make fail to compile Luna. Haha. Oh, that sometimes there are problems with Azeroth on a Luna. Sometimes they fall out of sync a little bit and it doesn't build. Which is why I'm not rebuilding anytime soon. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go. Thanks a lot for today. Really, really appreciate it. It's been amazing. We've learned a lot. I've learned a lot. We've conquered a lot today. We've conquered a lot. Lord God, have a good one. Sleep well. Thank you for staying up so late. Appreciate it. See you later, mate. Dragon, thank you for all your help. And appearing again. Fisher, I see you. Patch, I see you. Lurking still. And there's people on the Discord, on the good night, mate. And then there's people over on the old YouTubio. Apparently 9 people watching at the moment, so cool. We'll unpop that. There it is. Pop that text out. Alrighty, end the stream on YouTube. Sweet.